So I've seemed to be confusing people in regards to how I've done the duplication glitch, the solo player duplication glitch in 2023. So I'm going to try and explain it again. So first off, I've done this on the PS4. I've done this on the Xbox One. I haven't done it on the PC because I haven't got the game installed on a PC. So how did I do it? So Dying Light 1 originally came out in 2015, so that would have been version V1.0.0. This only works if you've got the original version, not the definitive edition. It will not work. So how did I do it? So essentially what you're doing is you're taking the game back to an earlier version before the duplication glitch was patched, and that is the only way that I know how to do it in 2023. So how did I do it? So first off, what you need is an original 2015 V1.0.0 original disc. You cannot do this if you purchase the game online, because if it's been updated, which it probably would have been, it would have been updated to a later version where the patch has already taken place many years ago. So if you have an original, not definitive edition disc from 2015 on the PS4 or the Xbox One, and perhaps even the PC, then there shouldn't be any reason why this won't work. One more thing to point out is when you're doing this, essentially you're starting the game again, but you can keep your player save points. It's very important. You can keep them just in case you want to update the game and then revert back to your game progress where you was before, or you can just load up a new save point where you've done the duplication glitch. So how did I do it? So what I've done was I disconnected the console from the internet so it cannot update the game. I inserted the disc. I deleted in the settings the game install only, not the player save points. I just deleted the game install only. Then with the disc in, it reinstalls. Then once you've got it installed, you have to do, let me just find them for you. So you have to complete, sorry, I was just looking at that. Just did, what's that? Oh, it's Hellraid. Sorry, I was just looking at that. So you have to complete the first three story quests, which is Awakening, and then Airdrop, and then first assignment. That's very important. Once you've completed them, you should be able to return back to the tower, save your game or sleep. Once you've done that, you can then go over to the trader.
You won't find better stuff anywhere else.
And what you need to do, this is what I done anyway. I actually bought, if I can find them, oddly enough I can't, but what I done was I bought 999 lockpicks. Then I went to my player stash. I hovered over, for argument's sake. Let me just go all the way down. Pretend that's 999 lockpicks and not 412 on the PS4 from this point. So you hover over a high amount item. You then press X and circle together. If you've done it correctly, it will throw you out of player stash, but there'll still be a window. That window will disappear. You enter the player stash again, and then it will ask you what do you want to move. So then what you do is you go to a lower amount, in other words the item you want to duplicate. Say for argument's sake cosmetics was 1, I click triangle to move all, and then what will happen is that cosmetics will go over to your storage, but instead of having 1, because you've used lockpicks, you'll have 999 moved over here. Now for some reason, if you want to go to a higher amount, the only way that you can do this is you have to get, let me show you, it seems to work only on these 2 items. I'm going to scroll down, as you can see, look, you can see how many I've got. Let me scroll down to show you what items I've done it on. So it was, where are we? Right, chemical, right, I think it was on chemicals, lets you go to high amount, and household supplies I think was the other one. Yeah, household supplies. So you have to go between household supplies and chemicals, as in they will allow you to go to a much higher amount than 999. So it's basically moving these over to your inventory and then using the lockpicks to get that high amount, and then you just keep on duplicating between the 2, and that will get you to, but don't go any higher than this amount. It takes a little while to do, but don't go over this amount because it will just glitch the game out if you do. So this is disaster relief packages. So one recommendation is to actually go outside, get items early on in what you want to duplicate, and that's exactly what I did. So I duplicated, just going to quickly show you, as you can see, look, exploding trap bombs, high amount, shrapnel trap bombs, DIY grenades, more bombs there, look, throwing stars, firecrackers, flares. I think you get a gist. And obviously excuse me, disaster relief packages, visit Stuffed Turtle, just collect 1 and you can duplicate these up to a high amount, as you can see. I also duplicated a lot of these power cables, Enforcer, Fencer, Titan. You get the gist. Aerosol. So all of the items that you think you're going to need, go outside, collect them, come back, duplicate them. So once you're happy, what you can also do as well, let me show you, duplicate items just to sell. If you look to the bottom right, look at my cash, 7440485, comes in handy. So once you've done all of that, obviously you'll know that if you go to the quartermaster, you can hand in disaster relief packages. Now I'm just going to show you, look, completely maxed out and completely maxed out. Now you don't want to hand in when you're doing survivor rank by handing in disaster relief packages. I would only hand in about 20,000 at a time. When you're doing legend level, I think it took around about 100,000 disaster relief packages to get it up to 250. I only handed in about 100,000 at a time, because if you hand in too many, what happens is it takes them and it just doesn't do anything. So just be a little bit mindful of that. And then once you're happy and you've duplicated everything, and just to show you, look, if I go to quests, I'm only on that one there. As you can see, I'm not very far in the game at all. So once you're happy and you've duplicated all the items that you want, you can then, because at the moment what you'll see is if you're doing it, your skill tree will only be these 3 to begin with. You then reconnect the console to the internet, it will update the game. You'll then get the 4 skill trees. On your save point, it will say that it's a different save version for the game, so it will just update it to the newer 4 skill trees, and then you should be able to carry on playing the game. If you want to revert back, use one of your previous save points, but the only downside to that is you can't carry over all the duplicated items that you've done if you've done this method of duplicating your items using the solo player stash duplication glitch. Now, regarding the PC, if you can take the game back to a previous point before the 1.03, that's not the definitive edition, I can't see why it wouldn't work. It should do. I hope this has explained it better. I say on the PS4, the controls are X and 0 together, and on the Xbox One it should be A and Y together when you're duplicating items in and out, when you're going into your player stash, hovering over a high amount and then going back into it and then going over to a low amount to duplicate into your storage. There we go. I really do hope this explains it well. As I say, if you bought the game online, this will not work because it's already been patched. You're probably at the latest and last game version. There we go. I hope it explains it better. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing, and maybe I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da for now.